Hey everyone, it's Garrison here, and welcome back to the Patreon, or the channel where we're currently watching from. And today, I'll be checking out tripleS's subunit, KRE, and their first mini album titled Aesthetic. Now, quite some time ago, about a week, we already covered their music video for Cherry Talk, their main title track, of course, and I really love how it took that new jack swing route. And if any of these B-sides really take a similar pathway, I'm gonna be really enjoying this first mini album, I've got to say, because I said in the past before, it's been a while since I've checked out any new jack swing song, but especially a title track that takes that new jack swing influence. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 brand new tracks actually, and then the first track being Cherry 100%. Assumingly it is the intro track because there's no one behind the lyrics behind that particular track, but we're gonna cover that anyways. As some of you may already know, I gotta check out the intro tracks for any respective album to get a sense of what the tone is being set, how it's gonna play up into the title track, of course. And just to keep in mind, everyone, I'll be checking out the performances as a whole for this era by Saule A in a separate video on the Patreon and on the channel as well, so stay tuned everyone. But hey, enough talk. Without further ado, let's just dive into this album review now. Alright, so the first track we have here is the intro track, of course, titled Cherry 100%. We love to see it. I think it's very fitting for the titling to be like that, you know, accordingly to their title track, Cherry Talk. So let me hear how this plays out. Let me bring it up here and let's go. Chimes. These keyboard chords. The bass guitar. Ooh! Sort of like that 8-bit work going on. Ooh! Very fruity, very colorful with it. A to Z. Ooh, and I really like how we got like the vibrating of the phone, and like you could just hear the texting on the phone, like the keyboard work. The risers here. Drops like that on the keyboard striking there. The chords, I should say. Chimes. Electronic drum kit work, the turn discs. The vibrating of the phone. Oh yeah, this is so fitting for the title track, Cherry Talk, and it makes sense. Same people working behind the scenes, like the PDLY from Mono Tree that I'm most familiar of, Yun Sung. The list truly goes on with the likes of PDLY and Yun Sung, I've got to say. So you can totally sense that keyboard work, how everything was being considered both from the intro track to the title track, I've got to say. And I could totally sense this subunit coming through, performing not only the title track, but prior to that, Cherry 100% and all. But hey, aside from that, let's just get into the next track now. So this next song is titled Touch. Now I'm seeing familiar names, of course. We got Jèsus M on the lyrics solely, but we got Hymax, Hongdi, and Limsey on the composing side of things. We love to see it. I'm actually most familiar when it comes to Hymax and Hongdi, I've got to say. Hymax has worked with, of course, tripleS for their song Colorful that I still binge streaming still to this day. And then we have Hongdi, which has worked with Lovelyz in the past before. We're talking about the likes of Watercolor, if I recall correctly. We're talking about Wegzak, that fun summery song and all. I'm not gonna be surprised if I'm gonna get more so of that influence from Hongdi specifically, and I'm probably gonna sense all of that influence from Jèsus M on the lyric side of things. But let me bring it up here right away and let's go. Ooh. I love the start here. Ooh. Chaeyeon. Love the vocal samplings there. Electronic drum kit work. Okay, where's this headed though? There's a lot of familiarity with this style, I've got to say. Just with the vocal direction and the overall production and arrangement. Ooh, love that guitar in the back there. The electric guitar. Love together. Ooh, the scratch this, yeah. Verse 2 of Soyeon. Whoa! Very easy to listen to, yet the earnesty in the vocal work is literally everything, and just how they project themselves and carry themselves throughout this song. I love it. Oh, the hoo-hoo every time. Oh, that strumming the guitar, I can't get enough of it. Yet these lyrics, very beautiful with it, and light. This is chime work. Oh, with the bridge. Okay, Jiwoo. Yes. Very clear and pristine with the vocal work. I could totally sense that like live keyboard work, instrumentation. In fact, I really want to see if there is here tripleS crystal eyes, and that's touch. Okay, let's try to find it here. Oh yeah, see what I'm saying? Let me find the key here. Bring it up here, everyone. Yeah. So touch essentially has that keyboard work by Hongdi that is so recognizable. That synthesizer work, the electronic drum kit work done by Hymax, and the bass guitar as well. These are the times where, like, I just know, I could just hear it out, the live instrumentation, bringing in those actual instruments and not it being done fully digitally with the synthesizer work and all. So, yeah, you gotta give it to them for being able to come through and do that and really do it in the kind of succession where everything's so smoothly done and the transitions between the sections are very fitting, I've got to say. I think most notable sections gotta be definitely verse 1 with Chaeyeon and Soyeon for like setting the tone of the song and all. But the bridge, without a doubt, the bridge and the chorus, I am all for. And like I said, you know, I'm not be surprised if I'm gonna, you know, sense that influence coming from the likes of Hongdi, and you can totally sense it, right? As Hongdi has worked with Lovelyz in the past before. But beyond the likes of Lovelyz, I'm sensing like SES, G-Friend kind of style to it. Sure, maybe you want to add in Luna 1/3 in the mix. The point is, you don't get this kind of B-side nor a title track like Cherry Talk as often these days. And that, I love how this subunit is sort of filling the gap in that, and who's driving it the most, not in terms of this specific like new Jack swing style by any means, but Chasarang, CSR, I've said it time and time again in terms of their title tracks and B-sides, but just this subunit alone, Crystallize KRE from tripleS, is, I like how they're paving more so that way, or repaving that you know, way for this kind of style that honestly, like, Jaden Jong is like really equipped and well known for on the lyric side of things, and it just makes sense with Hymax and Hongdae in the mix. Hymax brings the bright side to the song, Hongdae brings that pure side to the song in terms of the influence with Limsey, I've got to say. So all in all, what a way to kick it off as the first B-side on this album, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it, you know. Got me reminiscent of the good old days with this kind of style of music, likes of Luna 1/3 and all of those in the mix, but most heavily SES and Lovelies. And what would I sort of reference in terms of Lovelies? Probably not only like Wegzak, which Hongdae has been on, but I would say For You, one of my all-time favorite songs by Lovelies. Not as much as of with that like emotional rush like For You, but more so of like, okay, it really has great breakdowns, smooth transitions, earnesty in the vocal work that is so pure with it at the same time, but a beautiful build up with the high notes and the vocal flourishes in this song that I'm all for. I adore so much. So let me bring it back up here and let's start from the beginning. Definitely some synth strings in the mix, but that keyboard work, very distinct. And then the scratching of the disc, the turn disc, I love the dish and how it's used so heavily as much as the electronic drum kit work is being done. Percussion work is really well done too, the tingin and tangin, whether it's wood blocks, some vocal sampling here. Yeah, this verse 1, I love it. It's so pristine with it. Look at these lyrics too. Especially how this was like vocal directed, you know? I love how this was vocal directed. I'm sure Jaden had a say in the vocal direction. I'm sure of it, you know? I can totally sense it. There's that synth string in the back there, that singular synth string. That's so refreshing, and that constant strumming of the guitar adds more depth and texture to the song. And they performed this song, right? Which makes me wonder how playful the choreo is gonna be tied along to the song. Turn this, scratch this, wiki wiki wick, you know, and then verse 2, you know, if anything, I gotta say, like, Soyeon and Jiwoo really stand out to me in this song. Oh, that follow-up, the doubling, that vocal layering that's added in it. Oh, baby. Very sweet with it in some moments. And this is my problem with people saying like, oh, this is quote-unquote cute or cutesy and like bubblegum pop. No, this is not by any means. If you're saying that, you're totally not familiar with like the earlier days of K-pop and the groups that came before tripleS, Crystallize, and you're not familiar of like A-Pink, Lovelies, G-Friend early days especially, or you genuinely don't know, but I'm more so of the side of believing people just really don't know the back in the day, you know. I love how the vocal work is very dynamic with it, you know, just the approach and how Jèsus expands her vocals throughout this song so much. There's that singular synth string that I was talking about, that singular synth. Yeah, now I'm just waiting for that one moment in the song that really takes it up a notch. Right here. The chimes yet again, so beautiful with it. Please remember one, our clumsy love. Obviously, they're gonna be lost in translation. Woo. Just how that drum kit changes up and it breaks it down for Jèsus here. So she can shine in this moment. Wow, I can't wait to see her hitting this in the live performance of it. Woo. The constant strumming, oh, can't read it enough, it adds so much. And I love how they give it for Taeyeon that singular line to do an outro to the song. So all in all, very well considered in terms of the vocal arrangement, the arrangement in itself, the transitions between the sections, you know what I'm saying? So by no means, this is not like a boundary breaking song, but I'm just saying, you know, I've been missing this kind of style and route. I've been missing new jack swing as a whole, as a genre or a certain kind of influence within title tracks and B-sides, and this subunit is doing that for me. They're taking it, they're bringing it back, and I would say bringing their own vocal flavor and vocal colors in the mix, all the members within this subunit. But hey, let's just get into the next B-side now. So this next B-side is titled Hide and Seek. Now, I'm seeing familiar names. First and foremost, PDLY by Monotree has actually reached out to me on the channel in the comment section down below in the past before, has worked on, of course, Weekend by Weekly, as well as one of Weekly's like medleys or covers on the 1TheK Originals channel, if I recall correctly, because keep in mind, guys, when it comes to covers, there's either medleys or something needs to be mastered and mixed, you know, well with the vocal work in certain covers and all. But PDLY has also worked with On and Off's beautiful English version for it and all. My B, The Birth of Emotion by Billy, one of my favorite B-sides by Billy. Young Blood, A Better Tomorrow by Drippin', two of my many favorite songs coming from Drippin', and of course has worked on Cherry Talk. But also we have Kwon Ae-jin, very familiar name, has worked with tripleS on Rising, New Look, Colorful, and of course Acid Angel from Asia's Rolex, one of my favorite B-sides out there. See, this is really stacked. It's coming together here. And then we got Yoon Jung-sung. Yoon Jung-sung has worked with Luna's Perfect Love, as well as has worked with On and Off, if I recall correctly, GOT7. The list truly goes on, to be honest, and it's just a stacked lineup here, and I'm sure based on that solely alone, I'm going to enjoy this song as well. So let me bring it up here, Hide and Seek. Let's go. Ooh, like a keyboard chord work with some sort of MIDI work. Chimes. Oh, bit of 808 cowbell. There it goes again. Ooh. I love how this one's hitting differently though. Pre-chorus. Oh. Very playful with the delivery. Some risers. Ooh. Great bass guitar work. Very cheerful with it too. Ooh. Oh, it didn't happen again. Oh, there it goes. A little bit of sing-along factor there. Right now. Spell it. Lots of ear candy here and there. Wow. Okay, this has the most SES vibes, in fact. Okay. Oh. I love how the bass line like dips a bit. Wow. A little bit of vocal flourishes. Oh, they harmonize. Of course they bring it back together here. I'm sorry with the mic there at the end. I was just having so much fun with this song, but the way I want to put this here, it's like it has the most like dreams come true SES vibes to it, I've got to say, and like there's that sing-alongable factor more so comparably to the previous track, you feel me? That's why it's like hitting differently, because it's done in more so of this cheerful kind of manner. It's enjoyable as well, more so leaning towards that way more playful side with the cheerful moments, but the ear candy a little bit here and there, not only done on the composing end of things, but on the vocal end of things as well. It was so satisfying, I've got to say. So let me bring it up here. I think it's a good amount of length of in terms of a track too. If it was like 10 seconds shorter, would be way too short. So I got to give them for doing that as well. Now, who stood out to me? I gotta say, Chaeyeon really stood out to me in this specific song. Not necessarily like a woodwind work here. It could be digitally done, but some sort of MIDI work. These keyboard chords, chimes, turn this scratches. That 808 cowbell that we did here in their title track, Cherry Talk. You know, I feel like a lot of people are gonna get this too twisted, like, oh, this sounds like SES too much, oh, or too much, you know, oh, this sounds like Luna 1/3 very heavily, but like, let's get past that sort of mindset and be like, oh, wow, we are getting something that isn't done often, right? But at the same time, the members of this subunit are really slaying it. They're doing justice to this style, and especially New Jack Swing, right? Very well produced. Like, what's there not to love? A little bit of airy vocal work. The layering's done so well here. Gaji! Can I get to you right now? See what I'm saying with the sing-alongable factor? This has more so that sing-alongable factor. Maybe, sure, with the English lines, but like just how it's broken down in that quirky kind of way. I love it. Feel it. Now here comes the risers. Actually, not just the turn disc, we get some disco strings up in this ish as well, which I do like that retro influence for the build-up. Notice it here. Dun, 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 dun. I love how it's done, like those disco strings with the turn disc. Maybe there is some woodwind work. That hey, see I'm saying, with the cheerfulness. Man, the subunit is taking me back for more so the simpler times, you know? And these days, I said it time and time again in my friends in real life, that like K-pop has been so unnecessarily competitive and all, and it's ridiculous. And like, why can't we just get easy to listen to music that's very well produced, that's not conventional at the same time? And this subunit is giving me that, and like tripleS as a whole has been giving me that, and you gotta appreciate them for doing that, right? Oh, there's no follow-up there. Now it is, yeah. I love how it's not predictable on that end, with that being said. Shini Otekaji. I like Sumin in this song too. You can't be lying to me. You gotta be smiling well and enjoying this song. It's just so cheerful and uplifting. Like the 808 cowbell, the certain kind of instrumentations that are ever so slightly nuanced is truly the ear candy in this song. Wow, this breakdown. I love how the sort of bass line that's light with it, like it dips ever so slightly. There's like a nice groove. Some sort of hi-hats in the back. Very refreshing as a whole how they switch it up here. With the bridge and all. Vocal flourishes in the final time around. Like, come on. I love how they bring it together as a whole here and sing along together while there is those vocal flourishes going on in the back. It's like that hand-in-hand together feeling. So memorable, this song. A lot of longevity as much as the previous song, but this is more so that sing-alongable factor song that I can get with and get down with, I've got to say. But yeah, let's continue this roller coaster that we're going to. That's, I wouldn't say it's like a full-blown roller coaster going up and down, but like just like this trip, and not necessarily a roller coaster, a trip down back memory lane, I gotta say, with New Jack Swing and all. But let's just get into the next B-side now. So this next B-side is titled Deja-Vu, and I gotta call this right away. This is probably gonna end up being my favorite B-side, and I'm saying this solely due to the credits, everyone. And if I end up being wrong in terms of my personal taste, it's not the end of the world, okay? I'm seeing Annie Mazinga has worked with tripleS in the past before for Beam, has heavily worked with Chungha in the past before with Park Ki-hyun, has worked specifically on Chungha's song Play featuring Changmo, but a really significant name also with Lua in the works is Park So-hyun. Park So-hyun right? Brand new member coming into tripleS, and seeing her on the lyrics and composing side and hearing good things about her and seeing her on my timeline. I don't even know who's my bias at this point, to be honest. I said Nakyung in the past before, quite possibly, but like, this is gonna be the first time around I'm personally sensing out Sohyun's influence, and I'm sure we're gonna continue to hear it out more as I cover more of tripleS's music as a whole and into the subunits. So let me bring up the song here, Deja-Vu, and let's go. Ooh, sort of the ticking of the clock sampling there. Oh yeah, I love the bass guitar. Ooh, that strum in the guitar too, that extra guitar work. Where's this headed though? Oh, the vocal work too, I'm all for it. Yo! Rendezvous. Oh, the vocal direction to this song is beautiful. Beautiful ad work too. And there's a nice groove to this song. Okay, Sayan. No feeling. Love the delivery of. Yeah, how it was done. Padding of the drums a bit, bongo congo work. Do-do-do-do. Oh, okay. Whoa. The vocal work here, though, very dreamlike. Am I right? Love that drum kit work. To a bit of that percussion in the back, the tingin' tangin'. And yet there's that padding of the drums and the churning of the guitar. Maybe even a rhythm guitar. Really well produced, and I can't even imagine, you know, sure, with other people behind the works, but like Sohyun, you know, I can't even imagine what other music Sohyun can like put out in the future. I'm sure it's gonna be as good or even better than Deja-Vu here, but Deja-Vu, I think it's clear, this is my favorite B-side. There's a lot of details considered, there's nice nuances to the songs, ever so slightly lush with it. Very dreamlike when we hit that bridge. Now keep in mind, before we hit that bridge, so baby, so so memorable, and I feel like that post-chorus sets up the bridge in a beautiful kind of succession and all, and you gotta give it to the verses in the song, like verse 1 and verse 2 at the same time. A bit of comboing there, whether it's Sohyun and Jiwoo and Chaeyeon, if I'm recalling correctly. For verse 2, I might be mistaken, but all in all, you know, you cannot go wrong with a very melancholy feel to this song. It's nice and melodic with it. You know, there's not like crazy amount of sing talk by any means, and it sticks, you know? It's a song that I can sense myself listening to over and over again. So it's my #1 favorite B-side. And then so far, I think Touch is right below it, I've got to say. I'm feeling this song fully from start to finish. So let me bring it up here from the beginning. And we're going to try to process more that's going on other than the padding of the drums that I love in this song. So obviously there's like the sampling, this sort of like atmospheric sampling start to this song where you feel like you're at a cafe or something. There's just a little bit of water droplets or something, but especially that like ticking of the clock going in the back there. And then we get hit with verse 1 right away with Soyeon, if I'm not mistaken, because sometimes color-coded lyrics can be wrong, keep it in mind. A diary of one's own, a page that I hid, it talk flower bloom, and bloom, and bloom. Obviously, there can be lost in translation, and K-pop lyrics are K-pop lyrics, but... Pagey and bloom, and bloom, and bloom. These keywords that we're getting from the others and Soyeon in the mix on the lyric side really sticks, but how it's vocal directed and how the vocal projection is coming from the members is so satisfying. Like, this is the most satisfying, aesthetically pleasing song out of the bunch. Keep in mind the other songs, you know, are as well, but this just takes it to a whole nother level. And that strumming, just a combination of 2 or 3 guitars in the work, not doing like simultaneously by any means, but man oh man. That bass guitar in the back. Daydream. Taeyeon, I gotta say, wow. Incredible work in the song. Then we get that playful moment. Is it real or fake world? That dreamy deja vu feeling that you're getting. I love it. I love it. You know, it makes me wonder, how would this subunit rock a city pop song? Like, I really would love in the future a city pop song from this subunit. It would go crazy. Just how they deliver Rendezvous. Oh my goodness. It's so rich in sound. It's luxurious. Maybe a tambourine that's doing the shh, you know, in the back there. Some sort of percussion work that's adding along the ends of the lines. And the snapping. Nice groove on the guitar. The riffs that are being done. Or more so licks, I should say. Guitar licks. Woo! I'm settled for this song. Please tell me they performed this song. Like, come on. The ad-lib work, the great follow-up of Dreaming of You. Now, this is the follow-up where I think is absolutely a great transitioner into the bridge. So, baby. So, love the sort of syllable work going on with the word why here on the post-chorus. Swimming in your dream. I feel like there is, what is it called? It's not a vibraphone, like some sort of xylophone kind of work, whether it's digitally done and all. There's just that roll that happens right here. Like the tinging there, right? Ooh, and I love the delivery here. It's like, you know, it's prancing around that kind of delivery. Really takes the song to another level. Iconic moment with Soyeon, just dancing, dancing in the dreaming. Oh my goodness. Scaling of the guitar right here. Woo, the plucks. Oh, come on. There's definitely some sort of xylophone like roll that's going on. The tambourine faded out. Baby. Is that rhythm guitar? Yeah. I don't know what else to say, guys. Very dreamlike, easy going with it. Very easy to listen to. I feel like it has a lot of longevity value, replay value to it. The hooks do more than its job. It's a memorable melody, so like, what's there not to love about that? You know, this might not be everyone's cup of tea, but like, this is so for me and for those who really like this kind of style coming from this subunit, I've got to say. But let's just get into the next B-side now. So last but not least, we have Dimension, the KRE version of it, Crystal Eyes version of it. We love to see it. Did I not talk about this quite some time ago? We're gonna get different versions quite possibly from each and every subunit, knowing how the project is panning out slowly but surely, and then eventually, once they solidify the whole group, and maybe they'll do it for a full album by any means. You gotta think big and ambitious, I've got to say. I like to do that and positive. They're gonna come through with a full version that's gonna be mixed and mastered and coming into light and more so fruition per se. So, you know, I'm not gonna be surprised if this is not like in the forefront in terms of the vocal work yet again, but we're gonna take more so of that Crystal Eyes taste, that Crystal Eyes approach to it, I've got to say. You know, I might not be able to talk much about this particular track and their version of it this time around because I already talked a lot about it last time around, but man, oh man. Let's sense this out. Guitar in the back. Very atmospheric. The rewind of the tape. Yeah. The vocal work's not in the forefront. It's like 2 layers down, I feel like. Or it's intentionally, you know, not mixed to the full. Ooh. Love the punchy instrumentation yet again. Ooh. Yeah. This is gonna go crazy when they have the full version of this. You already know. Like, I can imagine possibly all the members coming together for the chorus in this song. Oh, the synthesizer work. There's that nice groove to it. Yeah. Ooh. Wow, hearing Sumin here though. I like her moment there. And then there's that really cool side that we know from tripleS being unleashed here. I can really sense the choreo being intense for this song when it drops in the chorus. Yeah. But then there's these contrasting light moments that I do like in the song. With the keyboard work. Risers. String work. swirling of the strings. Oh! Yeah. Turning up the guitar. You know, if the song comes to fruition and mixed and mastered, like where the vocals and rap are in the forefront, it's gonna slap. Cause like already on what I'm hearing fully in the production side of things, it's hitting. Okay, I am all for this, you know? I'm all for getting different, like, sides to tripleS due to their subunits, taking specific genres, a combination of genres, but, like, you know, pivoting from their main group and showing these different sides and then coming together as a whole later on. And, you know, I feel like it's intentionally done like this. Like, people may think this is quote-unquote all over the place or messy, and I don't think that's the right way to describe it. You know, you gotta be more open-minded than that and think of, huh, this is, you know, a start where it's like, once we get all the members together and they mix it and master it, like, in the forefront with the vocal work and all, and maybe do some revisions, you know, to really fit it and make it work for all the members that come into fruition, this song is gonna slap. Mark my words, from this day, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to continue to say it until a full version drops, because we're getting a version from each subunit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, in time, we're going to get a full version from the entire group, okay? So all in all, I gotta say, this is a very cohesive album in terms of an overall sonic kind of approach, you know, soundscape-wise, right? Heavily taking that New Jack Swing route. I'd say Touch is that song that takes more heavily that Lovelyz SES combination G-Friend type feel. You could add in Luna 1/3. Luna 1/3 as well for Hide and Seek, but I'm sensing more of that SES feel more heavily, but like it's more so cheerful, that song, I've got to say. And then you got Deja-Vu, right? Deja-Vu, that song is it for me. That song, very whimsical, playful, you know, it has this feel to it that is so dreamlike with it at the same time, and the sections how done with the post-chorus and the bridge, like, come on. And Park So-hyun truly showcasing a lot within that, with the others behind the scenes working with her. And noticing this, Park So-hyun also on the arrangement side of things. You don't get that often, you know, all four fronts, not only lyrics, not only composing side, arrangement side as well. Lyrics is one thing, and I'm always happy to see members take part in their own music in any group. Composing side thing is a whole nother added level where I just add so much more appreciation in terms of appreciation levels. Then arrangement side, like, come on, all four fronts there with Park So-hyun, you gotta give it to her. And then the KRE version of Dimension. I said what I needed to say about that song, so how would I order in terms of my favorites? I think Cherry 100% is an intro track, so you can't really consider it like that. You gotta give it to Deja-Vu for me personally. And then it comes really close with Hide and Seek and Touch, you know? Hide and Seek, I feel like it's the most fitting for the season of summer, actually, and beyond that I can sense myself listening to. But Touch, I feel like is gonna grow on me to end up being my second favorite B-side. Mark my words, especially when I get into the performances for a couple of these B-sides and the performances that were done for this era by Crystallized. So I gotta go Deja-Vu, Touch, Hide and Seek. I mentioned it's in its own lane because you know why I explained, you know, coming through in fruition, that full version that I'm waiting for, quite assuming if they don't ever do that, I'm gonna feel like it's gonna be a crime, quite admittedly. And then we got Cherry 100%, that suits the title track. So all in all, what do I give this album? I gotta give this Yet again, like a 9.5 out of 10. There's a lot of longevity, very well produced, arranged, vocal arranged and all. And if you're the type of individual who more so loves New Jack Swing, and this is so you're gonna love this song. If it's not, you're not gonna love this song as much as I would love this song, you know, and appreciate in terms of like the style that they're doing that's not done often. And I'm not loving it due to solely on that. I'm loving it is that we're getting that kind of approach, but with a Crystal Eyes twist to it, and how it's being done, and hearing Jaden Jong's influence, PDLY in the works, Park So Hyun. You just get a little bit of everything, you know, because like you can never go wrong with Jaden Jong influence songs on the lyric side of things. The collective Mono Tree, Kwan A Jin and all, it just seems like they do not miss at all. And I think it's very fitting and cohesive to have these kind of B-sides with Cherry Talk, but I think Cherry Talk definitely takes the cake in terms of title track. I can understand why they took that song for the title track, but then again, it's not often for any group or subunit to come through with a song like Cherry Talk title track that's more laid back and not so as upbeat compared to other title tracks in this day and age where it's more so shouty, in your face, always talking about in the best. I am just so over about that, you know, unless it's hit differently, I'm just so over when it comes to that kind of approach. And that's why I love Chasarang a lot, because they're taking a style that's, you know, feeling like it was almost extinct, but doing it to their fullest potential and all of their talents and all. So there's all those considerations to take in, other aside from, you know, a biased perspective, in my humblest opinion. So objectively and with added bias, I love this album. Can't wait to unbox this album. I actually got both of the versions coming from K-Town for you, and all part of my group order with my friend, mini group order. But stay tuned, everyone, for more tripleS Crystal Eyes content. You already know, you know, tripleS, I gotta put them on my reminder page or a queue on the Patreon and as well as on the channel, so stay tuned. So feel free to check out more tripleS content that you may have missed, you know, at least on the music video and an album review end of things on the channel. I think I'm gonna queue up, you know, early content in the early days of tripleS when they introduced the members and such on the Patreon, early access, some exclusive, some not exclusive, and I'll just have a good balance of best of both worlds as I do for my other favorite groups as well. And it just seems like with each and every subunit, each and every release coming through, I'm falling in love with this group even more, especially knowing who's added in the mix at the label and all. If you know, you know, but be sure to like and subscribe as it goes a long way and helps out the channel so much. Truly, Crystal Eyes, the definition of New Jack Swing in the new year of 2023, I've got to say. But take care as always. This has been Garrison. Let me know your favorite B-sides in the comment section down below, and peace.